Hello and welcome to Falmouth Classics 2021 briefing video. This is the first time we've tried this, and if it's successful we may well continue this in future because it seems a sensible thing to do. This year we obviously have the complication of COVID and also the G7 press in Falmouth whilst we have the festival on. Hopefully that won't impinge on our activities too much, and you'll enjoy your racing and the parade. Please listen carefully to the briefings, which will be given later by Walter Amos for the racing and by Viv Rose for the parade. If you enjoy Falmouth Classics this year, we hope that next year the Shanty Festival will be back with us, and the festival will be back to its normal level of activity. Please spread the word if you enjoy this festival. Spread the word to your friends and others who have classic boats, and we look forward to welcoming as many as can join us in 2022. Thank you, and I hand over to Walter Amos.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Walter Amos. I am the race officer for the Classic, so welcome to you all. The first point I'd like to make is about the COVID restrictions. Obviously this event is being run under the COVID regulations, and we do expect everybody to comply with them. The next and most important point of all is safety. You must remember this is not a major national championship, it's a fun event. A lot of the competitors here will not be racers, they will not know the race rules, so we do expect everyone to be prepared not to insist upon their rights, but to prioritise safety. In particular, we have in the last few years had problems with boats barging in on the start line. Let me explain. The start line is laid as far as possible to right angles to the apparent wind, so that boats start close hauled. A boat starting close hauled has priority over any other boat coming in on a reach. Several years running we've had boats barging in right at the committee boat end, posing considerable danger both to themselves and to the committee boat and to the personnel both on the boat and on the committee boat. The committee boat will have on its rear end attached an inflatable dinghy. This is counted as part of the mark. The courses are laid out so that the first mark is the windward mark, and you get to it with as close to a true beat as we can. This is necessary to space the boats out as they approach the first mark as far as we can. Outside we are using 3 marks only. All 3 of these are the Pofster small spherical buoys. They are Zone, Headland and Gillingvays. These will not have large inflatable marks attached, so it would be advisable to the bigger boats that go outside to put these coordinates in on their GPS. The start. The committee boat for the start is Donna Capel. She is a large pilot cutter. She will be stationed downwind in the roads. To find her, go out into the roads, go downwind, and you'll end up in her vicinity. We will in addition be broadcasting the position of the committee boat on the VHF communication channel, so do listen to that. The finish will be off the docks. Again, the position is marked on your chartlet. The finish boat will be Melkin. Next problem are dangers in the roads. There is a navigation mark to the south of Lugo Rock Buoy in the entrance to the Percure River. This marks a dangerous lock to the north of it, which is close to being uncovered low spring tides. You may not pass to the north of that navigation mark. The other thing to watch out for is Black Rock, because to the north of Black Rock, a shelf extends some 50 yards or more to the north. And again, do not pass close to the north of Black Rock Beacon. You can pass fairly close to the south of it. Ferries. There will be numerous ferries passing between Falmouth and St Maurs, and Falmouth going up the river. These ferries are very experienced with sailors, will, as far as possible, avoid interfering with the racing. But if it comes to the crunch, it's your job to keep clear of them. Large commercial vessels. If a large commercial vessel enters the roads or leaves the roads, then they have absolute priority in all circumstances. They are constrained by their draft. They may only move within restricted channels. They will normally be preceded by a harbour master's launch and escorted by our safety ribs. You may not enter the space between the launch and the vessel, or between the safety ribs and the vessel. Unfortunately, from our point of view, G7 is being held the same weekend. The communication centre and press centre for G7 is at the event square. Unfortunately also, we hear that there are a group of protesters intending to launch canoes from Gillingvays Beach. It is likely that they will attempt to come round to the press centre and may present a hazard. We can't be entirely sure what the G7 police will be doing in terms of enforcing restrictions on boats passing close to the event square. Again, this may present problems. Again, we may have to alter courses or even shorten courses to take account of what happens on any occasion. I think basically that ends my briefing for the racing. Good luck and good weather.
Hello, I'm Viv Rose, and I'll be talking to you about the Classics Parade of Sail, which takes place on Sunday the 13th of June. Detailed parade instructions, including a chart of the 2 weather option routes, are included in your welcome pack and are also available on the Classics website. There will also be a link to this YouTube video on the website and on our Facebook page. Please pay particular attention to the safety instructions, both COVID and nautical, highlighted in the brief. Overall command of the parade will be from the command boat Orienteer, operating on channel 77. So please maintain a listening watch from 1000 until Index on that channel. Please don't use it as a chat channel. Use other channels that are available for that. We want to keep 77 clear for the command boat and for the handling of any emergencies, etc. There'll be up to 4 safety ribs covering the parade. They'll be operating on channel 72 as the safety channel, and you'll be directed to use it as required. This year the parade will also be supported by the Coast Medic rib. Coast Medic is a relatively new initiative run by Luke Tudor to provide paramedic support for people who get injured whilst involved in seaborne activities. If you need to use Coast Medic and you need paramedic support, call for assistance first on channel 77. There'll be 3 yachts marking the parade course. They'll be positioned as shown in the parade instructions. And will be at anchor and displaying large RNLI flags aloft to help you identify them. Please also read in your parade instructions the safety notes concerning commercial shipping movements and a diving area that's in the vicinity of East Narrows Buoy. That's quite a popular diving area, and there are often a number of ribs operating out of that. We will pass close to that on the parade. As I've said, the parade starts at 10:30 local time. Now, boats have been divided into groups and are to make their way to the forming up area in time for their group start. The forming up area is basically the harbour entrance. But coming out of the inner harbour, keep south of the two yellow speed limit buoys off the docks, and don't go too far past the eastern breakwater. Please avoid arriving in the forming up area too early, as then it would become quite congested and it's not a huge area. The start line for the parade will be a line between the eastern breakwater and the command boat orienteer. Now pass close to orienteer to assist the parade committee in recording boats starting. The parade itself will be led by two Royal Navy Scimitar class patrol vessels, HMS Sabre and HMS Scimitar. They'll be followed by Annie of Charlestown and then by the Falmouth harbour pilot boats and other port vessels past and present. Their inclusion in the parade this year is to mark the 150th anniversary of the Falmouth Harbour Commission. At approximately 10:40, the Falmouth all-weather lifeboat and the inshore lifeboat will join the parade, and then the first of the classic boat groups will follow on. The parade route is designed to give maximum visibility of the event from the shore. Please remember that it's not a race, so keep your speed to around 3 to 4 knots and keep your engine running if you have one. The mark boats and the VIP boat Princessa, that's an unmistakable local ferry boat, also known as the party boat, should all be left to port. Princessa will be anchored in between Governor Buoy and Black Rock on the first leg of the parade. Pass her close to port, as the VIPs on board will be judging the best presented sailing craft, the best presented powered craft, the best presented gig, and the most creatively turned out crew. Crews are encouraged to wear appropriate period costume. Give them all a rousing good cheer as you go past. The fine weather parade route goes south towards Black Rock, where we'll position a mark boat, then east towards Black Rock Buoy to the second mark boat, where you'll turn north to come back up the eastern side of the roads towards the finish line between the dispersal boat Kearney and West Narrows Buoy. Kearney will also be flying an RNI flag and will have a large orange buoy hoisted aloft to aid identification. When you finish the course, please keep clear of any boats that might still be starting and return to the inner harbour of Penryn River, keeping north of the speed limit markers I mentioned earlier. You're encouraged to complete the course for the benefit of spectators, but should you need to leave early, then please inform the parade controller on channel 77 or notify the nearest safety boat. In the event of inclement weather or heavy swell conditions, the parade of sail may be cancelled. We'll be carrying out a weather check and sea state check first thing Sunday morning, if required, and we'll make a decision no later than 0900. If the parade is cancelled, we'll fly international code flags N/A over a Falmouth Classic pennant from the main mast of Vivona. She'll be berthed on the northeast corner of the yacht haven, and from the flagstaff at the Royal Cornwall Yacht Club. We'll also send text messages to all the skippers. Procedures covering cancellation of certain groups or an unexpected weather deterioration during the parade are covered in the parade instructions. There's a small risk that the parade could face some attempts at disruption from G7 protesters in the form of waterborne demonstrations. However, there'll be a significant police presence on the water, and we've been assured that they will intervene as necessary to minimise disruption to our event. Okay, that completes the race and parade briefings for the 2021 Falmouth Classics. Thanks to all of you who are taking part. We've done our best to make this work despite the restrictions placed upon us, and we are delighted to see so many of you participating. A reminder that there'll be a link, a YouTube link to this brief on the website and on Facebook from 1700 on the 5th of June. The long-term forecast is looking good for the weekend, and we're looking forward to welcoming you from near and far and having a great weekend. Thank you.